With his term ending soon, President Biden announced plans for the largest clemency act in modern history. He'll commute sentences for 1,500 Americans on house arrest since the pandemic and pardon 39 people convicted of nonviolent crimes. At today's briefing, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre didn't rule out high-profile pardons.
Some of the names that have been floated around preemptive pardons, since it would just be such an unusual, extraordinary step. We talked about in the news, we've seen Liz Cheney, Dr. Fauci.
You're talking about the preemptive pardoning.
Right. I understand you don't want to get ahead of the president's thinking, but are any of those names wrong? Still, can you tell? I mean, do you want to tell us anything about?
It would be a bad move on my behalf if I preempted the president or previewed anything that the president was thinking about, considering, and so this is something that he's going to talk with his team about, and I just don't have anything beyond that for you.
Well, at least she's being honest this time around. That's a rare moment for KJP. So, Bedford, I mean, we get Hunter Biden at first, and now we get, all of this. What's your reaction here?
I think he's going to be taking care of friends. He's going to be working on his legacy. He's also, at the same time, usually when you see a number this high, he's going to be trying to probably throw out some distraction and throw out some glitz there, where you're going to have so many names you're trying to pour through. You're trying to figure out, okay, which ones are connected to Biden, which ones are friends of Democrats, which ones are hardened criminals, which ones will try to get them out of trouble for future issues that they might be facing. You saw Benny Thompson, the head of the Democrat investigative committee, already say that he was willing to accept a preemptive pardon from Joe Biden. So my guess with this number, and it's just a guess because we still haven't seen all the names, we still don't know the details on everyone here yet, is that he's trying to muddy the waters in his last couple of days in office and try to make it so it's a little more difficult to track down exactly what he's up to.
So this has really got the novelist, the wannabe novelist in me thinking, I mean, there's some amazing things a president could actually do, right? At the end of the day, because this is really, it's kind of a mind expansion moment, right? How many people can you pardon, right? Where is the limit to this at all? What if a president decided to preemptively pardon every member of the American populace, for all crimes? And I mean, there's a very interesting thing going on now where, you can see us like testing the limits of different parts of the Constitution, which we've been doing and going past for a long time. But here, you can easily see a cycle developing, right? Which is different than in the past when there might be a scandal here and there, where you would have alternating presidents in the future, right, coming in and out with a weaponized system, pardoning their own people. And there's precedent for that in history. I don't know. I mean, this is, speculative, but you can see developing, right? If he's going to protect all of his people, let's assume that Joe Biden possibly and his family have made money off of being in office, say, right? And they pardon everyone associated with that, right, moving forward. And, you keep doing that, you can see a pattern developing, I think.
Yes, I mean, I think there's going to be that kind of a swing back and forth from party to party with this sort of thing. The Democrats have completely pulled the mask off of weaponizing the Department of Justice. I haven't been able to fully go through yet and understand everyone he's going to be giving clemency and pardons to, but we'll get a clearer picture as that dust starts to settle. And Republicans have been the last people to really start to play this game in modern history, at least. They have been ones who've been slow to try and use power, even while power is being used against them. But some of the folks who have been at least entering the beginning of this Trump administration seem to really know what time it is, as we say amongst ourselves. They seem to understand that power is going to have to be wielded in this government in order to protect both themselves and to go after their enemies and to right some of the wrongs that have gone on. And then, it swings back and forth and becomes maybe part of our annual every 4 years thing. I remember just to that point of how much things have changed over the last couple of years. A neighbor who immigrated from India talked about how they used to have the day off for Election Day, and there'd be heavy police presence, and political symbols were banned, at least where he was from, in whatever region he was from, because he said the violence was so pervasive on Election Day, the violence around politics, and it seemed like such a foreign and such a distant thing to me. This was maybe 10 years ago. And now with the weaponization, the politicization, the political mobs that we've seen, the political fights we've seen, it's sad, but it seems much closer now than it did a decade ago.
Well, let's bring the Clintons in because why not? You know, Bill Clinton, he went out there on The View and he said, oh, you shouldn't pardon Hillary. I'm sorry, why are we bringing this up right now? This seems a little odd to me, Chris.
Oh, well, Clinton was one of the people who was floated potentially for a Biden preemptive pardon because the Democrats.
But why?
Oh, because, the Clinton Foundation has certainly been involved in some pretty nasty stuff. Her
but
involvement.
Aren't they admitting that then?
They would have to be.
Right?
They would have to be if they
that to
accepted
me is the story right there. Like, oh, let's steer clear of this.
You know, I love the Clintons actually had such a good PR arm around what they always used to do and all the different scandals and crimes they've been involved in over the years. It would start off with, it's not happening. And then it would get to, fine, it is happening, but it doesn't matter. And then it goes to, well, it did happen, but it's not happening. It doesn't matter, and it's already over. And let's just please move on. And the whole time, the right-wing conspiracy machine would be the one who was blamed for all these different realities. I can see, and I saw Adam Schiff also at the same time say he wasn't interested in taking a pardon. But maybe that's just a bunch of lip service. Maybe that's trying to maintain a low level of dignity. I wonder what that would actually happen if those pardons were given. Would they be accepted? I suspect yes.
You know, I like it. I'm liking this business Bedford today. You know, gone is Christmas Bedford when he came back, and now we're right to business. Looking at that background and everything, wow. Very nice.
I am wearing tartan pants, though.
Excellent. We love that. Well, one more before we go. Let's give us your short list. What do you think? Who do you think Trump should pardon? Quick.
Well, I think Trump should take care of everyone who they've been going after, essentially. But the number one people, the first hour, and he said he would do this, is the people who've been rotting in prison over J6, the people that they've used Enron laws against, the reporters that they've gone after, the families that they've smashed, and also he should go after any place where he can use, where the federal law has been used, those elderly people and Christians who are praying outside of abortion clinics, who the FACE Act has been used so unjustly against, Christians whose homes have been raided. Those people should immediately be pardoned. And the people who went after them, who ordered those raids on their homes, who have stacked this ridiculous evidence against them, they should be pursued.